Okay, so before Christmas, I was working on trying to figure out some seats for my short bus, my tool bus, um, and I had a couple seats that I had installed in I guess in the middle of the Astro, like between the two bucket seats in the front, because we had an Astro and we have had a full size. I always forget what that full size cargo van is. But anyhow, and because I am fanatical about having my dog with me everywhere I go, I actually put an extra seat, so between the two bucket seats, in for her to sit on. Well, now that I have two dogs, these two, they go with me everywhere. I have a dog in each seat, basically. So when I was trying to sort out what I was going to put in that little four-window bus, I actually found I bought a number of seats for the big bus because I didn't know what we were going to use. So when I went to the junkyard, I found excellent seats, and I kind of had a small horde of them. I think I had 2, 4, 6, 7, maybe 8, 9 seats. A couple of them were bench, 10 seats. A couple of them were bench, 2 or 3 of them were bench seats. Two sets of bucket seats. Anyhow, we are going to decide to use 2 of those bucket seats that we're using as a couch right now in the tent village or tent city. But anyhow, we're going to use those in the big bus. We have this bucket seat here, or this bench seat. And before Christmas, I started making some brackets for it, and I'm gonna basically me making those brackets, doing a little bit of welding, making them basically out of just some scrap that I had, and a grinder and a welder. And anyhow, I'm gonna post that and kind of give you an idea. Well, basically, the way this works, you'll see this in one of the videos. So underneath of this here actually has wheels, but in the front of this, you can see this notch. Basically, these would slide down into a cavity in the floor, and there would be a bar that went across there, and then this back one would lock down on a second bar. So both of these would be like little pockets in the floor with a bar across them. So basically, instead of ripping those out of the old, I think it was a Dodge Caravan, instead of tearing those out of the old Dodge Caravan that I scavenged the seat from, I decided, well, I could probably make that. So I kind of got to give a little bit of credit to the Bad Chad fella that he kind of does all kind of different stuff. And basically, I just fabricated them from practically scratch. I had a couple of brackets that came off of a pallet, and I basically just cut them up, made them what I wanted them to be, and put a bar across them so that everything would hook down. You'll see those in the you'll see me making those. I'm going to step over here and kind of give you an idea what they look like once they were all done. I've got a few of them here, or 2 of them, 3 of them. I'll grab all of them and set them down here so that you can see those, and not trying to make anybody seasick, but I am walking back and forth because I'd rather do that than edit. So I'll flip the screen. So basically what we have, once everything's all done, those are for the back, and these ones are for the front. So basically all it's left to do is drill a couple of holes here, one there, and a couple of holes here, bolt them through the floor. Basically this will be a flange, so the seat will go right down in them. Now, in the video following, you'll see that I got it done, and I decided this seat was a little too wide. so wound up not using them. But little bit of, I guess it was a little bit of a wasted day, but I felt like I accomplished something. So I guess if you feel like you get something accomplished that you set out to accomplish, I don't consider that a waste. So anyhow, I'm just going to put the rest of these videos that follow, just basically me doing a little bit of instruction and doing a little bit of welding, and you saw what my end product was. Anyhow, have a great day, guys. I'm going to tack it. I'm going to tack it on that side, and we'll take a look at it. See if it looks relatively straight. It looks pretty good. I'm going to tack it on this side.
And you have to ground that?
No, I won't have to grind it.
Ground.
Yeah, you have to ground this, otherwise the power doesn't go through.
Okay.
Okay. So basically what I'm going to wind up doing here is I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around that, because I want this, I don't want this to pull out. But I don't want to go down like this. So basically I'm putting a big, so I welded it so that when that seat grabs a hold of this, it can never pull that apart.
Right.
Because this is going to be bolted to the floor. So I'm going to go ahead and start this over here.
Are you touching the little,
No.
the wire?
Well, you squeeze the trigger, the wire comes out.
Okay.
So you want to be about,
Quarter inch maybe?
yeah,
Or?
about ½ inch or so. And with different thicknesses of metal, it's different. So you can hear the stitches.
Yeah.
And now if this, you heard when I very first started, the stitch was like patat, patat, patat. When it's inconsistent, that means you're not getting good penetration. But basically, once you start welding, you're going to move between the material back and forth like so.
But are you touching the wire?
The wire actually will it will touch on its own because you're squeezing this trigger. In order to turn the welder on, you're squeezing this trigger. So you squeeze that trigger, that wire comes out, and the gas comes out to keep the dirt from being around it, basically the impurities in the air. So basically what you'll do is you'll move back and forth, but you don't want to move too quickly, because you want basically to create a puddle. You want to create a molten puddle, and you want to watch that puddle. You want to chase that puddle back and forth. So if you watch real close, you'll be able to see it. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm making sure to put extra nozzle on the not extra. Spin it around a little bit. Hit this part. Ideally, what we're wanting is to see that those two pieces basically melt together. Okay, these are the boots that I made to go on this caravan seat. Anyhow, so basically this just kind of goes in here, hooks, holds it down. The back one is held by a lever. You can see a lever here. So you squeeze that lever, bring it down, and that releases it. You can see. Anyhow, this is a seat out of I think a Dodge Caravan. I just made the pods to go down into the floor, so I'll install those in the bus today. I'm going to paint all this, even though it's galvanized. Where I welded it, all the galvanized probably gone off of that, so anyhow, you can kind of see what we got here. I'm going to take this seat. It'll make, by putting these pods in, I can take the seat in and out. So you can, I'll be able to like fill the whole bus full of long 2x4s or 2x6s or 12-foot sheets of drywall or whatever. Anyhow,